It's not meant to spread fear. It's not meant to spread someone doing bad things. It's a safety measure. It's how do we protect ourselves, not only from the government, but government overreach, and also for all of the things that might be happening, someone coming into my house or my community to invade us. It's a safety measure.
And I mean, and one thing, so another argument that you'll hear more and more lately is that, okay, well, the army, say if, you how can you defend yourself against the army where the army has bombers and this and that and drones and they can take you out if they want? Well, let's go back to the 1980s. I know that's still some time ago, but
Hey, man, I love the 80s.
hey, I love the 80s. I want my 80s back. But there was, again, a huge superpower called Russia who tried
The
taking over
Soviet
another
Union.
country called Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
Afghanistan, with no other weapons other than the rifles that they had and other things they could scrounge on the black market. No standing military whatsoever to stand up against the Russian army. The Mujahideen held them off for 10 years. That they fought them for 10 years to the point where Russia finally, after 10 years, said, dude, I'm done. This is it. And they left Afghanistan. So, and even anybody in the military knows that any small insurrectionist group can hold off a larger army for an extended period of time just by knowing where you are, having familiarity with the land, and having access to weapons. That the United States did it, that they were really, if you want to take a look at it, they fought guerrilla warfare. That the colonists knew their area, that they knew that, okay, the British are going to come in marching in a formation. And we're not going to fight them on a formation. We're going to fight them on our own terms.
Right.
I mean,
And,
and
and,
it's, go ahead.
and there's so many, and we're going to get to this down the road, but there were so many Revolutionary War, quote unquote, victories that were given to or at least claimed by the colonists, which weren't routs or big victories as we would come to know them. It was really wars of attrition. We would meet them, have a battle, and then retreat. We would live to fight another day. We would inflict enough casualties on them. They couldn't readily fill in the gaps because their power base was across an ocean, which took months to traverse. So between manpower, firearms, their own gunpowder, etc., if they lost all that stuff in each individual battle, they couldn't really replace it very well. Whereas the colonists were in a better position to do that. Hit and run, rope-a-dope, whatever you want to call it. But Lou's exactly right. The firearm is particularly handy in holding off and fighting a very larger aggressor. The Mujahideen did not have tanks. They did not have helicopters. They did not have an air force. They had small arms. They had explosives and some RPGs, from what I understand.
And then putting it into, again, other historical perspective, looking at other countries. And again, we're going to cover more of this as we go into the next podcast. We talk about the current Second Amendment and about other, putting in more current events. But putting it in a historical perspective, looking throughout history, what is the first thing that any government does before it imposes tyrannical aspects? Going back to even Japan and the feudal wars that they had in Japan, what did they do? They outlawed swords, and that's how you had people coming up with other weapons, the sais and other weapons that they could claim were used for farming. That you have communist China, you have Vietnam,
you had the Nazi Germany,
that we're going to do it for your own good,
for your own safety. We're going to disarm you.
Right. We are asked you to turn in your weapons because think of the public good. What was the common refrain during Nazi Germany? Think of the children. And when did the weapons first come about? After there was a mass casualty situation involving school children. And the cry was at that time, turn in your weapons. The government will protect you. And we're seeing it more and more. And I know I'm going down a rabbit hole with it, and we're getting into what we're going to be discussing next session. But You know,
That was a
you
rabbit
have
hole, by the way.
yeah, yeah, you have Great Britain, and you have Canada, and you have Australia, and you have other countries that voluntarily turn in the weapons. And now, what's going on? And the other
Oh,
thing, the
sneak
last comment I'll
preview.
make.
That's a sneak preview to the next pod.